Hey, Fix and Cruise family! Ever heard that dreadful clunking or clicking sound, especially when you're turning your Toyota Corolla? It's not just annoying, it's a sure sign of trouble brewing underneath your car. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most common culprits, a failing CV joint. Constant velocity, or CV, joints are critical components that transmit power from your transmission to your wheels, allowing for smooth motion even as your wheels turn and move up and down. They're protected by a rubber boot filled with grease. But over time, these boots can tear, letting all that vital grease out and allowing dirt and moisture in. The result? A noisy, worn-out joint that, if left unattended, can lead to much bigger problems. In this video, we're going to show you exactly how to diagnose, remove, and replace a noisy CV axle on a Toyota Corolla, bringing back that smooth, quiet ride you love. Let's get cruising. Sit back and take a watch. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen the repair in action, let's break down what happened and why this fix is so crucial. As we saw at the beginning of the video, that constant clunking or clicking, especially when the wheel was wiggled, was a clear indicator of a severely worn or damaged CV joint. The torn boot had allowed the essential grease to escape, leading to metal-on-metal wear and contamination. The repair process began with getting the vehicle safely elevated and securing the wheel hub. First, the large axle nut holding the axle to the wheel hub was removed using an impact wrench. Next, several critical suspension components had to be disconnected to allow enough movement to remove the axle shaft. The technician smartly used a tie rod end separator to free the tie rod from the steering knuckle and then unbolted the lower control arm. This created enough clearance to pull the outer CV joint spline out of the wheel hub assembly. With the outer joint free, the next step was to carefully pry the inner CV joint out of the transaxle. This usually requires a bit of force and precision to avoid damaging the transmission seal. Once the old axle was out, you could clearly see the exposed, dirty, and damaged inner joint, contrasting sharply with the pristine new replacement unit. Installation was essentially the reverse of removal. The new CV axle was carefully inserted into the transaxle, ensuring it clicked firmly into place. A dab of fresh grease was applied to the outer splines, making it easier to slide into the wheel hub. Then, the lower control arm and tie rod were reconnected and torqued down. Finally, the new axle nut was installed and securely tightened with an impact wrench. The final and very important step was to stake the axle nut, which means deforming a small part of the nut into a groove on the axle shaft to prevent it from loosening, ensuring long-term safety and reliability. Now for my critical take on this repair. Replacing a CV axle isn't the most complicated job, but it requires the right tools and attention to detail. Firstly, early detection is key. If you notice a torn CV boot, even without noise, address it immediately. Sometimes just replacing the boot and re-greasing the joint can save the axle, but once the clicking starts, a full axle replacement is usually the best and most reliable solution. Secondly, safety cannot be overstated. Always use proper jack stands and ensure the vehicle is stable before working underneath it. When using an impact wrench, be mindful of over-tightening bolts, as this can strip threads or damage components. While the video showed an impact wrench for the axle nut, consult your vehicle's service manual for the exact torque specifications for all fasteners, especially the axle nut and suspension components. Improper torque can lead to premature wear or even catastrophic failure. Another point is the type of replacement part. The video showcased a complete CV axle assembly, which is generally recommended. While it's possible to replace just the outer or inner CV joint, replacing the entire axle ensures that all worn components are renewed, and it often simplifies the repair process, especially for DI years. Using a reputable brand like the TYK shown can also give you peace of mind regarding quality and durability. Lastly, whenever you disconnect suspension components like the tie rod end or lower control arm, there's a good chance your vehicle's wheel alignment will be affected. It's highly recommended to get a professional wheel alignment done after this repair to prevent uneven tire wear and ensure your vehicle drives straight and safely. This is a repair that many home mechanics can tackle, but if you're uncomfortable with any part of the process, don't hesitate to consult a professional. It's always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to your vehicle's drivetrain. And there you have it, folks. The successful replacement of a noisy CV axle on a Toyota Corolla. We've eliminated that annoying clunking sound and restored smooth, reliable power delivery to the wheels. If you found this video helpful or informative, please hit that like button, subscribe to Fix and Cruise for more automotive repairs and tips, and share it with anyone who might benefit. Your support helps us keep the content coming. Let me know in the comments if you've ever dealt with a noisy CV joint and how you fixed it. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep fixing and cruising.